The burn injury that covered over two-thirds of my back, a third of my right leg, and my arms began to fester. Then they were swarmed with flies and were eventually infested with maggots. I was like a baby who needed mother's help to do anything. A half a year later, the burn finally headed, but my left hip was crooked, so I couldn't walk. The treatment to unbend the leg made the flesh on my leg split off, spurting out blood. The pain was so hellish that I never forget it. After I was finally able to walk, I was readmitted into school. After graduation, I found a job at the Hiroshima Commerce and Industry Bureau, currently called Chugoku Bureau of Economy, Trade and Industry. The detective life after the bombing deprived me of all emulative spirit and activeness and made me withdraw into myself. I was sad and ashamed to expose to the other the keloid scare on my back and the legs, so I always wore long sleeves shirts and pants to conceal them. I always felt weak and didn't feel like doing anything. I frequently thought of attempting suicide as I seriously worried about my future. A strong sense of guilt that I had brought death to my classmate was also lying deep in my heart. I turned to religion for celebration, but it gave me despair rather than solace when I realized that it wouldn't give me the energy or will to do anything. Around that time, the labor union movement was very active at my workplace, but I was not interested in joining activity of union workers. In fact, I was opposite to their movement. However, realizing that many workers who joined strikes were unreasonably arrested or laid off, I decided to actively participate in the labor union. As I became more involved, my mental distress and the physical condition gradually improved. During the Korean War, U.S. President Truman publicly proclaimed as an have quorum of conscience about using an atomic bomb. A-bombs may be used in war. His words shocked me so much that I wrote a letter from protest in English and sent it to the president. It took me 3 nights to complete the letter. I had an irresistible feeling to do so. 62 years have passed since the bombing on Hiroshima. Former Prime Minister Koizumi still keeps up his visit to Yasukuni Shrine, where heroes and criminals are enshrined. Cabinet ministers repeatedly try to justify Japan's war of aggression. It fills me with the same fear I felt before the war. The United States appears to be stepping up pressure to make Japan revise the peace article. Article 9 of the Constitution. We Hibakusha experienced the war as both perpetrators and victims. We understand the feeling of people who are suffering from war, and we know the dangerous pride and arrogance of preparator of war. War produces many victims like the Hibakusha. It is the gravest violence and the utmost crime a nation can commit against others and its people. War destroys human rights, the right to life and freedom of conscience. This is the earnest desire of the Hibakusha. My heart is filled with the feeling that any attempt to change the Constitution and to err war must be stopped.